So hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Gate Wallah English channel. So we are going to start today some very important question of mathematics. If everyone can listen me, then you can just confirm in the comment box and we'll start today's session. Perfect. So very good evening everyone. Very good evening. So we are having 10 questions today and we are going to solve each and every question in the comprehensive manner. All the questions will be from the engineering mathematics topic, and I'll try to cover almost all the topics that we have studied in the engineering mathematics. Okay, so should we start the session? Very good evening. Very good evening. Perfect. Jai Hind. Okay. Now, let us start today's session, and this is the first question. Okay, so I will give you 2 minutes to solve this question. You can take 2 minutes of your time and you can try this question. Very important question. Very important question from the Taylor series. Okay, fine. So I'll give you 2 minutes for this question. I'll give you 2 minutes for this question. Perfect. Taylor series expansion of fx is given. Limit is given as 0 to x cube e to the power minus t by 2 dt. Around x equal to 1 has the form. Form is given like this. This is the form. Fx is equal to a naught plus x minus 1 a1 plus x minus 1 ka whole square a2. Then coefficient of a1 is. Thank you so much everyone for attending the session. Okay. Any answers from anyone? This is a NAT type question, so you have to tell the answer. The value of a1 is being asked. Okay. So in this question, I'll give you a hint that you have to use the Taylor series at the same time. At the same time, you also have to implement the Leibniz theorem, which I have told you. What is the differentiation of an integration, or maybe the differentiation of the definite integration? Okay, I have told you one formula. So same formula, you have to apply it here. Perfect. Now let us solve this question. What is the Taylor series expansion of any function around x equal to a? So the Taylor series expansion will become f1 plus x minus 1 f dash 1 plus x minus 1 whole square upon factorial 2 f double dash 1. Okay, so what is the coefficient of this x minus 1 a1? What is the value of a1? This is f dash 1. So you have to calculate f dash 1. How will you calculate f dash 1? This is fx is given as 0 to x square, 0 to x cube, not x square, x cube, e to the power minus t by 2 dt. Okay, if I want to differentiate this signal, so this will become d by dx of 0 to x cube e to the power minus t by 2 dt. Okay, how can you solve this expression? I have told you, yes, very good, perfect, yeah. So f dash x means you have to solve this expression d by dx. Limit is 0 to x cube e to the power minus t by 2 dt. Okay, so I have given you this expression d by dx, maybe phi 1x to phi 2x fx dx. Okay, so what is the formula? This becomes, first of all, you will write this phi 2x inside it. Okay, so phi 2 dash x f of phi 2x. Okay, write this phi 2x inside the x and differentiate phi 2x minus differentiate phi 1x and write this phi 1x inside this function. Okay, inside this function. This is called as Leibniz theorem. Fine. So those who don't know what is Leibniz theorem, I have written it here. You can take the reference from here. This is your Leibniz theorem. Now I'll apply it here also. First of all, this x cube I will put in this e to the power minus t by 2. So this will become e to the power minus x cube by 3, and the differentiation of x cube is 3x square minus, I will put this 0 here. So this will become e to the power minus 0 by 2. And what is the differentiation of 0? 0. So the value of f dash x from here becomes f dash x is equal to 3x square e to the power minus x cube by 3. I have to put x equal to 1. So this will become 3 e to the power minus 1 by 3. Okay, you can solve this question and you can get the numerical value of this. Okay, how many of you have solved this question from the Taylor series? Fine. Now I think we should move on to the next question. First question is very, very important. This kind of question from the Taylor series has already been asked in the GATE examination. Okay, and coefficient based questions are very, very, very popular. Okay, डन है. हाँ, this is minus x cube by 2. ठीक है, इसको by 2 by 2, this is also by 2. So this will become e to the power minus 1 by 2. Fine. ठीक है, perfect. Next question. In this question, one differential equation is given to you and y0 is also given as 1. They are asking you the value of yt at t equal to pi. Okay, so only one initial condition is given. Based on that, they are asking you the value of yt at t equal to pi. Again, I'll give you 2 minutes for this question. Now maximum 2 minutes. Within less than 2 minutes you should solve this question. Okay, d2y upon dt square dy by dt plus 5y by 4 equal to 0. y0 is equal to 1. What should be the value of yt at t equal to pi? Okay, this is something which is being asked. Two minutes time. For the last question, I'll also give you the exact numerical value, because in the GATE exam you have to write the numerical value. Okay, minus 1 by 2 into 3. So this comes out to be 1.819. Okay, this comes out to be 1.819. Next question. Any answers? d2yt upon dyt by dt plus 5 by 4 equal to 0. Let us start solving the question. First of all, is it homogeneous equation or non-homogeneous equation? Is this homogeneous equation or non-homogeneous equation? So you will say this is homogeneous equation. If it is homogeneous equation, can I write it as d2 plus d plus 5 by 4 into y equal to 0. I can write it as let me calculate the root of this. The root will become minus 1 plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2 into 1. So the root comes out to be minus 1 plus minus 2j divided by 2, and this becomes minus 1 by 2 plus minus j. Okay, so these are the two roots which is complex in nature that you are getting. Minus 1 by 2 plus minus j. Is it fine? Homogeneous differential equation, you have got the root. So once you have got the root, what will be the value of the solution? Obviously in this case only complementary function is needed. So while writing the complementary function, I'll be writing it as e to the power minus t by 2 c1 cos x plus c2 sin x. Perfect. Now what is the value of yt at t equal to 0? x, instead of x I should write it as t, okay, because the independent variable is t. So this will become c1 cos t, and this is c2 sin t. If I'll be putting yt equal to 0, this will become c1 plus 0 equal to 1, which means the value of c1 comes out to be 1. Perfect. Once you'll be putting t equal to 0, cos 0 becomes 1, sin 0 becomes 0, this becomes 1. So the value of c1 plus 0 equal to 1, which means value of c1 is coming out to be 1. So I can write the yt as e to the power minus t by 2. This is value of c1 is 1, so this becomes cos t. We are not able to find out the value of c2, so I'll be writing the final expression like this. Correct? So this is the final expression that we are getting. Yt is equal to e to the power minus t by 2 cos t plus c2 sin t. Now I'll be putting the value of pi instead of t. If I'll be putting pi, this will become e to the power minus pi by 2. I can write it as cos pi by 2 plus c2 y0 is given as 1. T equal to pi, sorry, not pi by 2. This is t equal to pi. So this becomes cos pi plus c2 sin pi. What is the value of sin pi? This complete term goes to 0. So the value of y pi becomes e to the power minus pi by 2. Cos pi becomes minus 1. Calculate the value, minus 0.208. Let me also calculate what should be the value of this pi divided by 2. Pi divided by 2 into minus 1 exponential into minus 1. So this comes out to be minus 0.207. Minus 0.207. Okay. Perfect. So we have solved two very, very important questions. Okay. Now let us move on to the next question. Everyone ready for the next question? Okay. Now this is the next question. The value of the integral 1 upon 2 pi, this is the sign of the closed line integral, c z square upon z square plus 1 dz, where c is the contour given like this. This is the contour which is given here. Okay. This is the contour. I will highlight the contour. Okay. And another contour is given like this. Okay. This is the contour in z plane. Real part of z, j times imaginary part of z. Okay. I will give you 2 minutes for this question also. Try to solve this question, because this kind of question is very, very important for the GATE examination, where curves are not simply connected. Okay. These are called as multiply connected curves. The value of this integral 1 upon 2 pi z square upon z square plus 1 contour is given like this. Okay. The values I and minus I and 2 and minus 2 hopefully is visible to everyone. This is the value of I. This is the value of minus I. Okay. This is the value of minus 2. This is the value of plus 2. Which theorem will be used in this case? Cauchy's residue theorem, CRT theorem. Perfect. Great. 1 more minute is left. You simply need to calculate the residues, and obviously there are two poles, maybe two singular points, plus I, minus I, both are being trapped. One is being trapped in the anti-clockwise contour, another one is being trapped in the clockwise contour. So based on that, you have to choose the formulas of the Cauchy's residue theorem. Sona is getting the answer as -1. Anyone else is getting the same answer or maybe the different answer? -2, 1, 1, -2. Okay, fine. Let us solve the question. Let us solve this question. So first of all, whatever we have studied till now, in most of the questions, we break open line integral into, sorry, closed line integral into open line integrals. But I have also taught you that sometimes you can break closed line integral into two different closed line integrals, right? So in this case, this value of 1 upon 2 pi integration z square upon z square plus 1 dz. Okay, I'm writing it as I upon 2 pi. So the value of I can write it as c1 z square upon z square plus 1 dz plus again c2 z square upon z square plus 1 dz. Okay, this is the curve c1 and this is the curve c2. C1 is in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so what will be the answer of this question? There will be two singular points, plus I and minus I, which is being trapped in C1. In C1, which singular point is being trapped? Z equal to plus I is being trapped. This singular point is being trapped. This is not being trapped. So the value of this integration will become plus 2 pi I, and you have to calculate the residue of this function at z equal to I. How to calculate the residue of this function at z equal to I? Since this is a simple pole, you can retain the value of numerator and differentiate the value of denominator, and you can put the value as z equal to I. Correct? Perfect. Similarly, what about this? Since C2 is in clockwise direction, so I will put it as minus 2 pi I. What are the singular points that you are getting it from here? Plus I and minus I. In C2, which is being trapped? In C2, minus I is being trapped. Okay, so I will calculate the residue at minus I. Since it is a simple pole, I will keep the numerator as it is, differentiate the denominator, and I will put z equal to minus I finally. So the value of I from here comes out to be 2 pi I. Okay, this value becomes z by 2, and I will write it as z equal to I. Minus 2 pi I will write it as z by 2, and the value of z equal to minus I. Let us put z equal to I in this. This will become 2 pi I square by 2. This becomes minus, this minus minus will become plus 2 pi I square by 2. Okay, what is the value of I square? Minus 1. So this becomes minus 2 pi. Okay, 2 pi I square by 2. 2 gets cancelled out, I square is minus 1. 2 gets cancelled out, I square is minus 1. Minus pi becomes minus 2 pi. But you ultimately have to calculate this I upon 2 pi value. What will become I upon 2 pi? I upon 2 pi becomes minus 2 pi upon 2 pi, and value comes out to be minus 1. Correct? So what should have been the answer of this integration? This would have been minus 1. Okay, so what was the mistake? Those who were getting the answer as minus 2, those who are getting the answer as minus 2, what was the mistake that you did? Maybe while calculating, when the singular points are complex, you need to be extra careful. Okay, you need to be extra careful while solving the questions involving the complex singular points. Correct? Clockwise, anti-clockwise. Okay, whatever may be the mistakes you are making, in Cauchy's residue theorem, you will be getting the marks out of free marks. Just you don't have to repeat the basic mistakes. Don't do the silly mistake. You will be getting the marks out of free for this topic. Okay, fine. So should we move on to the next question? Okay, perfect. So this is the next question that we are going to solve. In this question, they are asking you, what will be the maximum volume of the cylinder that is inscribed inside a sphere of radius 1 meter. Okay, now solve this question. So they are asking you to maximize the volume in this case. Maximum volume of the cylinder that is inscribed inside a sphere of radius 1 meter. Okay, I'll expect you to solve the question in less than 1 minute. Okay, less than 2 minutes. This is MCQ type question. So ABCD is given. You can select your answer. ABCD is given in this case. Okay. Maximum volume of the cylinder that is inscribed inside a sphere of radius 1 meter. Very, very simple question. Similar type of questions we have also practiced, but we did not calculate the volume in that case. Okay, we calculated the height, maybe, as far as I remember. We have calculated the height. We did not calculate the volume. So you have to calculate the volume in this case. Okay, fine. So let us start making the diagram at least. Maximum volume inside the cylinder. So this is the sphere, and let me make the cylinder first. So this is the cylinder that is present inside it. Okay. What will be this distance? This will be the radius. R, radius of the sphere. Radius of the sphere is mentioned as 1 meter. Okay, so this value is 1 meter. What about this? This is the radius of the cylinder, small r. And if the complete height, I consider it as h. If the complete height is considered as h, so this value will become h by 2. Okay, I'll call this triangle as OAB. What is the volume of the cylinder? Pi r square h. This is the function of two variable r as well as h. I'll try to reduce it into a single variable. So for that, I'll be using this triangle AOB. Okay, triangle AOB. This triangle AOB will become r square equal to h square by 4 plus r square. Okay, I'll replace this r square, small r square. This will become r square minus h square by 4, and this value becomes h. So the v becomes pi r square h minus pi h cube by 4. I will differentiate this expression with respect to h. So this dv by dh becomes pi r square minus 3 pi h square by 4 equal to 0. What is the value of h that you are getting it from here? The value of h comes out to be pi gets cancelled out, and this becomes 2r by root 3. Okay, value of r is 1 meter, so I can write the value of r is 1 meter, so I can write this h as 2 by root 3 meters. Okay, what will be the volume now? If I want to calculate the volume becomes v is equal to pi. Small r value can also be calculated from here. What will be small r if I will calculate it from here? This becomes r square equal to r square minus 4r square by 3. 4r square by 3 by 4. Okay, so r square becomes 2r square by 3, and r finally becomes root 2 by 3. I will put all the values. Pi r square, which means 2 by 3, into h, which is 2 by root 3. So v becomes 4 pi by 3 root 3. Okay, Is this the value that you are getting? 4 pi by 3 root 3. So let me solve this expression. 4 pi by 3 root 3. So we are getting it as 2.418. So roughly 2.42 is the correct answer that we are getting. Okay, 2.41 meter cube. ठीक है? Everyone got the same answer? Fine. Okay. Perfect. Should we move on to the next question? Now let us move on to the next question. Okay. Next question. So this is the question in which the path is given like this. Okay. I'll highlight the path in this case. This, and this. Okay. Obviously this is a open line integral because of the path. The path is not closed at all. This is the straight line. This is. In the question it is mentioned as 2x plus y dx plus xy dy on the curve C and defined by y equal to x plus 3 from -1 to 2 to 5. Okay. So they are also defining the equation of this line. Though this line is not connected at all, but still the equation is mentioned as y is equal to x plus 3. Okay. They have also given this equation. Maybe they are suggesting you that if somehow you can relate any point here, or maybe you can understand any basic point, so you can directly calculate this integration from this point to this point. Okay. Can you tell me which property this function needs to satisfy so that whether we calculate the integration from this path C1, C2, C3, or we calculate the integration from this point to this point directly and answer remains the same? So for that, very good, for that your vector field has to be conservative in nature. So maybe you can test it out. If it is conservative in nature, you can calculate the answer. Okay. Another definition which I have told you, maybe if you can look for a differential coefficient formation, then also it surely will become, it surely will be a conservative vector field. Okay. So multiple concepts I have already given to you. You can use whatever you want. You can also calculate it one by one. Fine. So first of all, verify whether it is conservative or not. And if you can somehow convert it into differential coefficient, the question becomes very, very simple. Is it conservative? Timer. Two minutes. You can also calculate del cross f. The f is already given here. Okay. F is mentioned 2x plus y I cap xy j cap. You can also test it out whether del cross f is 0 or not. Okay. Calculate del cross f. What will be del cross f? This is del cross f. I cap, j cap, k cap. Del by del x, del by del y, del by del z. 2x plus y, xy 0. I cap will become 0. J cap will become 0. K cap y del by del x becomes y, and del by del y becomes y minus 1. This is not a null vector, which means this is not conservative. If it is non-conservative, so do you need to calculate this line integration, this line integration, this line integration separately? Yes or no? Since this is a non-conservative vector field, so you have to calculate all these three integrations separately. Okay, which is not difficult at all. Very simple integrations you need to perform. First of all, verify everyone has understood that why it is non-conservative, because the del cross f is not coming out to be 0. This once we'll choose this I cap, okay, this corresponding row and column will be vanished. Del by del y 0, del by del z 0. After that, if I'll be taking minus j cap, this corresponding column, this corresponding row vanishes. Del by del x 0, del by del z 0. Finally, once I'll be choosing this, okay, so this corresponding element del by del x becomes y, minus del by del y becomes 1. So this is non-conservative. So let us solve this open line integral again in three different parts. First of all, along C1. Along C1. Along C1, you know that along this C1, your x will always be equal to minus 1. Okay, and y is changing from 2 to 0. Y is changing from 2 to 0. So dx will become 0, dy remains non-zero. So very simple integration you have to calculate. Okay, put the value of x as minus 1 and put dx equal to 0. So in this case only you have to put the value of x as minus 1, minus y dy 2 to 0. This becomes y square by 2, 0 to 2, and the value comes out to be 2. For the first part, the value should have been equal to 2. Perfect. Chalo, along C2. Along C2. Those who have got the answer, they can repeat their answer along C2. Okay. What will be the answer along C2? Along C2, the value of y will always be 0. The value of y will remain 0. The value of dy will remain 0. The value of x changes from minus 1 to 2. Okay, minus 1 to 2. So if I will calculate I2, okay, the value of dy will become 0 and value of y will also become 0. So this becomes integration of 2x dx. And limit is from minus 1 to 2. So this becomes x square minus 1 to 2. And this becomes 5. 4. 4 minus 1, 3. Fine. Are you getting the second part as 3? Okay. So first part as 2, second part as 3. Now let us calculate the last part along C3. Along C3. Okay. Along C3, what is constant? X is constant at 2. X is constant at 2, which means there is no change in x. Dx becomes 0. Y is changing from 0 to 5. 0 to 5 y is changing, and dy is not equal to 0. So what will be the value of I3? Value of x is 2. 4 plus y. Okay. dx to 0 ही हो जाएगा. So let us remove the dx. dy xy 2 y dy. Limit is 0 to 5. So this becomes 25. Overall answer becomes I1 plus I2 plus I3, and this is coming out to be 30. ठीक है? All right. Very easy question. But in every possible question of open line integral, the first trigger moment will always be whether to check it is conservative or not. Once it becomes conservative, then definitely this expression can also be converted into differential coefficient. Okay, so once you'll be converting it into differential coefficient, your answer will become very simpler. Perfect. Should we move on to the next question? Ready everyone for the next question? Perfect. This is the next question. Okay, very interesting question. So in this case, I'll give you the path. This is not a closed path. First of all, this is an open path. Okay, and this is the path C, which is mentioned to you. path C is mentioned to you. 2 comma 0 minus 2 comma 0, this is path C. This vector function is mentioned to us, and again they are asking you to calculate the open line integral along this open curve. So should we again test whether it is a conservative field or not, or maybe if we can understand, somehow we can write this expression as, of 2x plus e to the power minus y dx plus 4y minus x e to the power minus y dy. Okay, I have multiplied this expression by dot dr. Fine. Somehow if we can calculate this expression like this, okay, this expression like this, if somehow we can calculate, so we can test for the conservativeness, as well as you can also test if you can convert it into a differential coefficient. Can we convert it into the differential coefficient, this complete expression? Check it out. Or maybe you can test for the conservativeness, whatever maybe you find the easiest way. Okay, fine. Let us try to understand both the things. Okay, this is I cap, j cap, k cap. This will become del by del x, del by del y, del by del z. This expression becomes 2x plus e to the power minus y. This becomes 4y minus x e to the power minus y 0. Okay, now I'll be solving this expression. So 0 0 0 0. now इसको solve करते हैं. This del by del x, k cap, del by del x becomes minus e to the power minus y. Del by del y becomes, so this is coming out to be 0, which means this field is conservative. Okay, if this field is conservative, so instead of going from this path, and again this path is also not defined, that what is the shape of this path, there is no definition about this, see whether this is semicircle or maybe any other path. So since it is conservative, so can we move directly from this point to this point? I hope yes. Once you are moving directly from this point to this point, the value of y should always be equal to 0, correct, and x should be moving from d to d. So for this path C1, y is always 0 and x is changing from 2 to minus 2. So obviously dy will become 0. This becomes 2x plus 1 since y is 0, dx, and dx is changing from 2 to minus 2. So this becomes x square plus x, the value is 2 to minus 2. This becomes 4 minus 2 minus 4 plus 2. So this becomes 2 minus 6. The answer should come out to be minus 4. Correct? You can also understand that this expression should can also be written in the differential coefficient. How will you write it in the differential coefficient format? I'll be telling you once in a while. But before that, confirm that everyone is getting this answer as minus 4. So basically, our process has been very, very strong. As long as processes are strong, these questions you can directly solve. Instead of directly jumping for the solution of this question, first of all, we'll always be understanding whether this function is conservative or not. Okay. Perfect. Now let us move on to the differential coefficient part. Okay, so this value which was mentioned here, 2x plus e to the power minus y dx, okay, plus 4y minus x e to the power minus y dy. Perfect. So can I write this complete expression like this? X square plus we need 4y square, so 2y square plus x e to the power minus y d. Check this point first of all. Can we write it like this? Once you'll be differentiating this expression, just verify that whether you'll be getting the same expression written as above or not. X square plus 2y square plus x e to the power minus y. This will become 2x plus, sorry, 2x dx plus 4y dy plus x e to the power minus y minus dy plus e to the power minus y dx. So I hope we are getting the same expression, 2x plus e to the power minus y, 4y minus x e to the power minus y. No? So once you are getting this, you could have directly written this expression as x square plus 2y square plus x e to the power minus y, okay, and the value of 2 comma 0 to minus 2 comma 0, okay, because you have to now put the values of x as well as y. Again, from here also you'll be getting the answer as minus 4, correct? So since this was conservative, you always can write this particular expression as differential coefficient. Sometimes it is very easy to write these expressions, sometimes obviously it may or may not strike. It depends upon the practice, okay? But again, even if we are not able to write the differential coefficient like this, since it is conservative, so we can always follow the simplest possible path, which is straight line, and along the straight line we can solve this question. Done? Should we move on to the next question? Okay, this is the next question. Basic integration question, okay? Since this is the Gate Wallah English channel, okay, so every teacher who will be teaching in this channel will be speaking in English. And if you are spamming, so obviously teacher will not be able to interact with you because they are speaking in English. Every teacher, as long as is concerned, including me, they can teach you in English in a very efficient manner, but maybe they cannot talk to you. So there is no point spamming because I cannot communicate with you in English. Fine, I can teach in English, so there is no point, okay? Even maybe you can come onto the Hindi channels, there we can discuss, correct? Fine. What should be the value of this integral? This integral you have to calculate. B option. Very quickly, some students have solved B option. Maybe I have already told you that if in any question, okay, you are facing any difficulty, or maybe you are not able to decode what should be the process, so there is one thumb rule, or maybe there is a golden rule which we can apply in every possible question. Like if I is mentioned like this, 0 to 1 x 1 minus x to the power 50 dx. Perfect. Now the same I expression can also be written like this. I can replace every x as a plus b minus x. So this becomes 1 minus x, this becomes 1 minus x 50 dx, okay? So I can replace every x by a plus b minus x, and obviously we can expect the result to be same. So the value becomes 0 to 1, 1 minus x and x to the power 50. Now you can simply multiply x to the power 50 inside it. This becomes x to the power 50 minus x to the power 51, and this you have to integrate dx, okay? The value comes out to be 1 by 51 minus 1 by 52, or maybe 1 divided by 51 multiplied by 52, okay? 51 multiplied by 52, the answer will become 2652. So B option is correct, 2652, and this option is absolutely fine. Okay, can we move on to the next? King's formula will be used. Perfect. King's formula will be used for this question. Should we move on to the next question? Now in this question they are asking you the particular integral they are asking you for this question, okay? X square d2y upon dx square x dy by dx equal to log x ln x. Particular integral means they are not asking you the complementary function. Fine. Yes, you can also use the beta function. You can also use the beta function in that case. Okay. Okay, solve this question. I will give you the time of 2 minutes. Okay, you can take 2 minutes time and solve the question. X square d2y by dx square minus x dy by dx log x. I have already told you how to solve these type of questions. These are called as Cauchy-Euler differential equations. You can simply choose x equal to e to the power z and completely convert this expression in the form of z. For example, if I'll be choosing the x equal to e to the power z, this will become d into d minus 1y. This becomes dy. This becomes log x. Obviously, this will become z. Okay. Cauchy-Euler differential equation, I have told you, very, very important model. Fine. Okay, let me solve this question. If I'll be using x equal to e to the power z, I can write this expression as d into d minus 1 into y. I can write it as dy and log x will become z. So this becomes d square minus d into y equal to z. Y becomes from here z upon d square minus 2d. Okay, what is the value of d here? D becomes d by dz. Perfect. Now how to solve this question? You have to divide this expression. How can you divide this expression? How can you divide this expression? This will become y is equal to z upon 2d square minus, sorry, d square minus 2d. D square minus 2d. Okay, I have already told you. Can you tell me if this is polynomial, below this there is a function of d, so how can we solve this question? How can we calculate the particular integral in this case if we need? This denominator should be arranged in increasing power of d or decreasing power of d. Only this much of information I need from you. Above it is polynomial, that is fine. If I want to convert the particular integral, can we convert the denominator into increasing function of d or decreasing function of d? Only two options are there. Increasing function of d. Increasing function of d, we should arrange it. Okay, so this will become minus 2 plus d square and this becomes z. If you need z here, what should have been the value of here? This should be z square. Okay, by 4 minus. Okay, so you will be getting this value as z minus 2, ye minus plus divided by 2, and differentiation of 2z becomes 2, 2 gets cancelled out, minus, you know that d power n x power n is always equal to n factorial. So this value becomes minus 2 by 4. Fine, minus plus 1 by 2. How will you get the value as 1 by 2? If you need the value as 1 by 2 plus, so this again becomes minus 1 by 4 into z. Okay, minus 1 by 4, 1 by 2 dz. Perfect. So this becomes 1 by 2 and answer comes out to be 0. So the answer of the particular integral is coming out to be, particular integral will be minus z square by 4 minus 1 by 4z. But our final answer should always be in the form of x. So you have already calculated x as e to the power z. Z will be ln x. So final answer will become minus 1 by 4 ln x completely whole square minus 1 by 4 ln x. So I hope this is the answer that everyone of us should get. Okay, minus 1 by 4 ln x square plus ln x. So B option is the closest answer that we are getting. Okay, perfect. Okay, Anand Kumar, I have given you the simpler methods here. Okay, simpler methods. We do not follow the expansion methodology once the function is polynomial on the right half side. Okay, we always follow the division method, which is the simplest possible method. If you have the practice of the expansion, you can use it. Otherwise, in certain cases, expansion becomes very, very complex. Okay, in most of the cases, in fact, expansion becomes very, very complex and very tedious. While this particular procedure will always give you the simplest possible solution. Okay, fine. In the division method, what you need to do is simply what you need to do is, if the above function is polynomial, okay, if this function is polynomial, now you simply have to arrange this given expression in the increasing power of d. Once you'll be arranging it into the increasing power of d, this becomes minus 2d plus d square. Okay, so somehow you have to solve this question. You just have to understand what should be the value of this particular expression so that you can get z here. So you have to adjust it. Okay, you can follow this expression. If you will be differentiating a function, suppose if you are writing it as d2x square. Okay, if you are differentiating is 2 times, what you will be getting? First of all, you will be getting 2x, then the differentiation of 2x again becomes 2. Sorry. So you will be getting it as 2. So I can write it as 2 factorial. Similarly, if I can write it like this, d cube x cube. Okay, so first of all differentiation becomes 3x, then becomes 3x square, then becomes 6x, then becomes 6. So this becomes 6 or maybe 3 factorial. So similarly, you can generalize this expression. Okay, so d square z square will always result in 2 factorial. Similarly, if I can write it like this, if I'll be differentiating it one more time, you will be getting this answer as 0. Okay, fine. So only one keyword everyone needs to remember, that you have to arrange this as increasing power of t. This is the simplest possible method to solve this question. Expansion becomes very, very difficult in most of the cases. Fine. Okay, now this is the last question, I hope, for today, question number 10. So you can solve this question and let me know the answer. One of the easiest possible models of the probability. Okay, let A and B are two events such that PB is mentioned as 3/4, P of A union B bar is mentioned as 1/2, A and B are independent, then PA is. Batao. A and B are two events and both of them are independent also. P of A union B bar is mentioned as 1/2 and they are asking you to calculate the value of PA. I think it is very, very easy question. You simply have to expand A union B formula. P of A union B becomes PA plus PB minus P of A intersection B. Okay, so you can simply expand this formula. Okay, take your time. We will practice so many questions on the main channel. Okay, gate wala main channel, we will practice lot of questions. In fact, I'll be taking a session where I will be telling you that what will be the topics of the mathematics practice questions in the upcoming days. Fine. So till 30th of January, we'll keep on practicing questions even if the mathematics syllabus gets over. Okay, fine. Now let us solve this expression. This becomes A union B bar. I can write it as PA plus PB bar minus P of A intersection B bar. I can write this expression as PA plus, what is the value of PB bar? 1/4. And this you can write it as PA into PB bar. P of A union B bar is given as 1/2. This becomes 1/2 is equal to PA plus 1/4 minus 1/4 PA. Okay, 1/4 comes out right side, this becomes 1/4 and this becomes 3/4 PA. PA comes out to be 1/3, which is B option. Correct? Okay, so this was the 10 questions. I hope these 10 questions were up to the level, up to the mark which you are expecting from the mathematics, and every question has certain kind of difficulty level. which is expected in the gate examination. None of the questions were straightforward, but yes, the questions were not hard, but they were tricky. They were up to the mark of the gate which is being asked in the examination. Okay, so in this channel, I'll be taking lot of subjects, at least initially, question practice sessions, for example, controls and mathematics and communication, and maybe some other subjects also. So for all the English speaking students, I'll be taking regular sessions on this channel, and once the gate exam gets over, I'll be taking full comprehensive course of mathematics for English students on this channel only. Okay, full comprehensive mathematics course will be taken on this channel. Fine. Okay, so tomorrow 8 a.m. communication PYQ will be discussing on the Gatewala Hindi channel, Gatewala EEC channel. Okay, perfect. So thank you so much, everyone. We'll be meeting tomorrow at 8 a.m. Have a very good night. Keep on studying and try to utilize your time in the best possible way, because you are having maybe only 15 days left. Okay, so these 15 days are very, very important. You should not be regretting after 15 days that I could have done this, or maybe I should have done this. So utilize these 15 days in the best possible way. Give the gate examination. All the best from my side, and see you tomorrow. Thank you.